So, a second Odyssey. I was looking for the British Horse Artillery, but couldn't find them. They're hidden in a recess here somewhere. So, instead, I'm going to do the old Hussars, and they're all more or less in the same pose, apart from 4 of them. So I've got so many drummers, I thought I'd put one in anyway. And a casualty figure. These yellow ones, very little flash. Need a bit of trimming here and there from mould lines and stuff like that, but the blue ones, awful lot of flash on them, so they all need the good tidying up before I get going. Okay, so I did a lot of trimming of flash and prepping these with gesso and doing the first things like the flesh paint and doing the horses in red. You see these sets on eBay a lot, and if you want my advice, go for the yellow ones. It may be because of their age, but I found those a lot easier to do. The plastic seems slightly harder as well, which again may well be down to the age. The blue ones are seemingly a bit softer, and there's a hell of a lot more flash on them that takes a lot of trimming with a very, very sharp blade. It's the same mould, but I recall, and this is sad I know, but I recall when I was a kid that they were all yellow. So the Hussars were yellow, the British Infantry were yellow, the French Artillery yellow, the British Horse Artillery were yellow. All of them were yellow. The Highlanders, the whole lot, all the Napoleonic sets were yellow until the 2 later sets came out, which were the French Imperial Guard and the Prussian Landwehr, which for some reason are a lot smaller than the others. I really don't know why. It's a bit of a pain. They're still lovely figures, but those two, the Imperial Guard and the Landwehr, were all greys. And very little flash on those 2 sets. But yeah, these yellow ones are a lot easier to do, so if you're going to bid on eBay, try and go for the yellow ones, because there's a lot less pain involved in preparing them. The blue ones, not so. So much really fine knife work you have to do on the blue ones. The red ones I've found aren't too bad either. The white ones seem to have a bit more flash as well. But yeah, if you're gonna go for the yellow ones is what I would say. So that's just to sort of reminisce and remembering that the first Airfix ones I got were in the yellow plastic, and because the moulds would have been much younger then, not a lot to do on them really. Very little to do. But yeah, the blue one's been a nightmare. Anyway, I shall carry on. I just thought I'd throw that one in there, see if anybody else remembers getting the first Airfix soldiers. And yeah, nearly 50-year-old moulds, what do you expect when they're still churning them out? And they've aged. So yeah, okay, let's carry on. So this is how far I've got so far. I've done the pink on the hands and the face, and done a red wash on the hands and the face, pink nose and red wash on the nose of the horses, and painted the horse in red and did a burnt umber ink wash on that. So now I also did the black on the boots and the weapons and the hat. So I've now got to do the silver dry brush on the swords and paint the bridle and mane and hooves and the tail on, and all the other tracings on the horses. So I've decided to do these as the 4th Hussars Regiment. So they have blue shirts and trousers, but they have a red coat. So, and also on the horses I've done the tails, the bridles, all of that, and started doing the what I refer to as the horse blankets underneath, with their nice little pointy bits on. And just a quick tip on the yellow ones are quite easy enough, because putting red on top of gesso on top of a yellow figure is easy enough. the colour is fine. But let me show you about the blue ones. So the blue ones are a different kettle of fish because the blue is quite dark, and if you put red on top of that on a thin layer of gesso, it's not very good. It doesn't look too good. So I've gone round the jackets with a white, well, with white, and also on the hats, on the flap that goes over the hat, because otherwise the red just does not show up very well at all. So bear that in mind if you're doing the blue ones, or well, the red ones would be fine if they do red ones, which I think they do, but blue ones definitely not. You really do need a white undercoat on these. As I say, the shirt and the trousers are going to be blue anyway, so it doesn't really matter on these, because you can be putting blue on top of blue. So we'll see at the end of this if you can tell any of them apart, and I very much doubt you will. So I've now gone round each figure with the blue undercoat on the shirts and trousers, and they now need a Prussian blue wash to bring out the detail, so I shall be doing that next. So let's get on with it.